when he was visited, was given that rare opportunity to share into the life of Nicholas Bett, met the children, went around to see the projects that Nicholas Bett had and also, I mean, they had that one-on-one, of course, interview with Nicholas Bett. So, I mean, let me start. Wanjiku, Nicholas Bett for you was someone who you had so close working relationship. It's someone who most definitely you had, I mean, as in, I don't know how to say this, but you knew a lot about him than most anyone in the sports industry ever knew, because you personally, ulikunywa naye chai kwa nyumba. Of course, bulienda akakuonyesha penye ng'ombe ziko and stuff like that. I mean, there's something that you would like to say about Nicholas Bett that most people don't know about.
Well, I must begin by saying it's really sad that we lost Nicholas Bett. He was one of the few people that helped Kenya make history, that we don't just have middle and long distance races talent, we can also have sprinting talent, and if we do what it's needed to be done, then we can nurture a whole lot of team and many athletes that can also take part in these competitions and even shine in the short races. Now, Nicholas Bett started his career way back, and then in around 2012, 2013, back then is when at least he got a medal in the continental scene, winning in the 400 meters hurdles, and becoming a number 3. That was a bronze. And then they started noticing, actually, we can take part in the hurdles and get a medal. 2012 didn't make it for the Olympics, but then we didn't have so much faith in the sprinting world. And as well as 2013, he didn't go for the World Championships in Moscow. But then by the time we were getting to the Glasgow competition, that is Commonwealth in 2014, they gave him a chance, which he still, unfortunately, didn't really prove himself on that global competition. He just finished 28th in the Commonwealth. But when come 2015, he changed his management, he went to work with Hani Godse from South Africa, and we also what he could do after that when he won that 400 meters hurdles title in 2015, just like we've seen in the story that we've just aired. And then that was a piece of history that nobody will ever take that away from him, because even in his death, we will talk about the history that he made, the point he took this country to, because that gold and that of Julius Ego in javelin then helped Kenya top the medal standings in the World Athletics Championships in Beijing in 2015. So he was quite an instrumental piece of history in this country, as well as the athletics fraternity.
He's a very jovial person.
Oh, he is. He was.
These are some of his Instagram pictures that Karen Kibet went into Instagram and fished them out for us. He's a down-to-earth person, honestly, and I'm sure during at his home, what kind of foods was he like eating? What kind of interaction? What was his hobbies? Did he like going out and having, just saying hello to people? I'm sure that those small things that we now need to tell people about Nicholas Bett, the loveliest things.
I think most of our Kenyan athletes are very conservative. You wouldn't know much about them. But if you have a close relationship with him, then you'll have a different opinion about them. For me, Nicholas Bett was someone I will call to ask about something, and he will definitely tell me. Or just check out on him, because sometimes you need that kind of rapport with the athletes. And when you're there, every time from the time they're growing up, then they get to trust you. And for me, he was a kind of a guy who will share, I have an injury this time round, or I have changed my management, or I remember even last year, I covered them when they changed their management from last year, but from Hani Godze, and they went to Sanchez, the Dominican Republican coach who came to the country, and I actually went and sat with them, and then he was like, we want to try different kind of managements. If this guy won the Olympics in 2012, then he can be our coach. He was a kind of a person who will try. He was not shying away from being an entrepreneur, if we can use that word, a risk taker in his career, as well as even off his career. He was an entrepreneur. He was such a business. He was a farmer, actually.
Talking about being a farmer, right now, Timothy Simwa is standing on his farm, one of his farms, F-A-R-M.
That's his home, actually.
His home,
That's
exactly.
Simat,
Timothy
yeah.
Simwa is, of course, our big man in Wanjiku County and has been traversing the entire particular place to find out information. Right now, he is at his home, Nicholas Bett's home in Nandi County. Timothy Simwa, give us the latest about what is happening at the home and where I understand the body is at the Eldoret Referral Hospital. Can you update us on that, please?
Tony, a very trying moment indeed, not only for the family, but for the whole country at large. Just maybe a little bit of correction is that actually Nicholas Bett is in Wanjiku County, not in Nandi County. So at this moment in time, we are in his village at Simat village. This is where he comes from, and of course the news of his death came as a shock to the neighbors, to the family members. We did have actually an opportunity early in the morning to talk to his mother, his wife, and the rest of the family members, expressing their shock and disbelief in this very unfortunate incident that has seen the country lose one of his iconic athletes. But as you have actually mentioned in your very well explained information about his career as an athlete during his time, and of course the one outstanding moment when he brought the whole country to a standstill by winning the 400 meters hurdles at the IAAF World Championships in Beijing, China in 2015. So at this moment in time, Tony, I can only tell you that there are preparations. His body, of course, is lying at the Eldoret Hospital mortuary as family members continue to meet just to put in place arrangements for his burial. But at this moment, Tony, just allow me to bring in one neighbor who's going to tell us what they think or what they feel about the loss of this great athlete. How has it been? How have they been looking at Nicholas Bett at his, rather during his time as an athlete?
Kweli kabisa tuko na huzuni mwingi sana katika kijiji yetu ya Simat. Nicholas Bett ni mkaaji wa Simat, Kapseret Simat Ward, Kapseret constituency. Tuko na huzuni mwingi sana. Tulimjua Nicholas Bett wakati alipokimbia mbio wa mita 400 kuruka viunzi. Tukasema ya kwamba ametuletea shahada la dhahabu, ametuletea gold. Na tukafurahia sana. Kwa hii kijiji yetu ya Simat, watoto walikuwa wameanza kuiga Nicholas Bett. Hata ukipata mtoto mdogo anasema mimi ni Nicholas Bett. Hata hatujui vile tutafanya saa hizi, kwa sababu tutashindwa hata kueleza watoto wadogo Nicholas Bett ako wapi, kwa sababu tulipokuja walikuwa wanasikia Nicholas Bett, wakauliza sisi ni nini mbaya na Nicholas Bett tunamuona kwa TV. Mama amewin gold tena. Sasa tunashindwa kueleza watoto wadogo. Ni uchungu sana kwa watu wazima na watoto wadogo. Tuko na huzuni katika kijiji yetu ya Simat. Na hii kijiji yetu ya Simat tunajulikana sana katika mbio, tunajulikana katika volleyball, tunajulikana katika vitu mingi ya uwanja. Sasa tuko na huzuni sana, hata hatujui vile tutaeleza kupoteza Nicholas Bett.
Poleni sana kwa msiba huo na Mungu awape nguvu kipindi hiki kigumu. Tony, those are sentiments from one of the neighbors actually coming out clearly to say that Nicholas Bett had become one of an example, of course an exemplary figure to whom upcoming athletes who are looking up to, and someday maybe telling their parents that when I grow up I want to be like Nicholas Bett. But the cruel hand of death this morning took away Nicholas Bett, but of course his name will forever live here with us, and his legacy and the great work that he did for this country. Tony.
Thank you very much, Timothy Simwa, for that. Of course, preparations are ongoing. The families, I'm sure, they're meeting. The athletics fraternity is also meeting. Athletics Kenya should be meeting. Athletes also should be meeting, because we know very well that they are just fresh from landing from the Africa Senior Athletics Championships in Asaba. And of course, as we shall be looking at some of the things that he has shown in the past events, Wanjiku, we should look at this, Wanjiku. This, of course, in 2014, which you talked about, yeah. Nicholas Bett's. I mean, he has had that graph that grows. It has never been zigzag. It has been flowing seamlessly. And these are some of the things that he has been shining.
Well, it grew at some point from 2014 to 2015. And then all of a sudden in 2016, 2017, I must say, he really did struggle with his career. And we didn't quite see the vibrant person we saw in 2015 and the kind of a person and energy that he took to win that gold medal in 2015. In 2016, he really suffered in the Olympics. I remember him stumbling on a hurdle in the heats, and he could not make it all the way to the semis or even the finals. And his brother and training partner Mosheru are the ones who advanced, and they represented the country in the finals. But Bett since then he's really struggled, only winning the Paris Diamond League last year. I remember that race, which really helped him build up his confidence, because at some point it had really dipped. He was disturbed by the change of form in 2016 and 2017, and he must have been looking forward to actually show something new in Asaba, which also didn't happen when he pulled an injury as well.
And this, of course, is in, we should be seeing something of the 2014, of course, Africa Championships.
Yeah.
This should be in 2014. I mean, he was third. I mean,
in 2014.
As in, and looking at his times,
Yeah.
I mean, it did not come by fluke.
No, you see that one was 49.03 seconds, but his time in 2015 has been the best, his personal best, because he managed to run a 47.79 in a final. It was very spectacular because he ran from lane 9. Who wins a sprinting race from lane 9? And it was quite an achievement for him. A time of 47.79 in
it should be
the
there
final.
next. We have that. It should be on our screen right now, my director. Yeah, that is 47.79.
Yeah.
That was, of course, from the outer
and
lane.
him beating the likes of Michael Tinsley, who was a defending champion, the likes of Keron Clement, and he beat all of them for him to win that race. It was quite a moment for him, because at that race, actually, the defending champion Michael Tinsley from America finished last. So it was quite something for Kenya.
It's so much we can talk about Nicholas Bett the whole day, of course. And I mean, I'm very privileged, of course, to be working with you, because you've had that close relation. There is Simon Hussein saying, brother, just communicate in Kiswahili. Yeah, I'm struggling. I mean, this is a moment, hata Kiswahili yangu, English yangu, I don't know what it is. Benteke Mwanasoka saying, truly a true Kenyan patriot, that is Nicholas Bett. Isaac Guzipora saying, may our Lord bless, comfort Bett's family. We have so many coming in. Mwenda Ramsey saying, rest in peace, Nicholas Bett. That's from Garsen Town. Mandula saying, rest in peace, Nicholas Bett. Bobowino, simply a humble man, that is Nicholas Bett. There's so many of you most definitely sharing into this moment. So Wanjiku, I'm sure the athletics fraternity there's something they have to do about this. Athletics Kenya, the sports ministry. And yeah, one thing that we just want to say about Nicholas Bett, I'm sure you have a lot in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, may he rest in peace. He did what the Lord had intended him to do in the short life that he has lived. But we will have wished to see more from him.
Definitely.
But he can continue being a champion wherever he goes. But we will remember, he will forever remain a piece of history in this country. But we'll have wanted more. Personally, I know he would have wanted to have won a race this season. But that was not forthcoming, so it's really sad for him. But may he rest in peace.
Most definitely. May Nicholas Bett. He is, of course, our champion. Our champion. You will be Nicholas Bett wherever you are. Rest in peace. The family of Nicholas Bett, friends, relatives, and everybody who knew him. We are sharing in this moment of grief. We stand with you. We shall be there with you, because we know that Nicholas Bett is our champion, is our man who's put Kenya where it needs to be. We shall treat him as that forever. Of course, this is K24 Sports Hub. My name is Tony Kolanda. We were, of course, with Wanjiku Mwenda, our sports presenter here, and, of course, an athletics specialist, both locally, regionally, and internationally. So, of course, right now we have pictures, just some of the moments, and pictures of Nicholas Bett from Wanjiku Mwenda and I. Have a lovely afternoon.